Hi, I'm Mary Lacoursiere from the Nantucket Historical Association. That's right, the Nantucket Historical Association. And here today, we're going to talk about how to embellish our masks because face it, masks are here to stay. And if they're going to be part of our wardrobe, they've got to look great. And there's no better way to ensure that we're going to want to wear a mask than if it looks great, it's appropriate for our outfit, our whatever event we're going to go to at a safe distance, and so all those good things. So I thought it would be sort of fun to do something with these masks. But today, because we're talking about masks, I thought no better time than to invite our special guests, which we have here today, Zorro and Batman and Robin. So these guys know how to pull off a mask and wear it well, and so we're going to learn how to do the same and enjoy wearing them. So thank you guys for being here. Actually, this project started because I was looking for a use for all the vintage textiles that I have. And I say vintage, I'm talking my grandmother, my aunts, people like that. So it's not, historical vintage. And I have a drawer full of these things that are so beautiful and they never come out because you don't know what to do with them. They're doilies, they're handkerchiefs for your dresser, all these places that people used to use these, and yet they don't have any use anymore. So what do we do with these? And you hate to throw them away, so they just keep in the drawer. So I thought it's time to break them out and figure out something to do with them. And as I was working on what to do with my own mask, I decided maybe I could sort of incorporate these things into my mask. So I just thought I'd show you a few of these beautiful textiles. So this is I guess it's a napkin or a handkerchief, but it's got some beautiful embroidery on it, and it's got a cutout in it, and I mean it's just really kind of cool. Another beautiful, very simple, very fine linen textile, and it's what do you do with this? You hate to give them up. Here's another piece of embroidery that I just don't even know where these things came from. This is actually a tea towel that never got finished. But it's also, I think, a good candidate. It's a nice fabric. It feels good against the skin if you wanted to add that or make a mask out of something. Look at this baby. I mean, how cool is this? What to do with that? So if you don't have any of your grandma's embroidery around, this is a dresser apron. Who thought that was a good idea? Anyhow, you can also use a variety of fabrics. We're not going to talk about how to make a mask because I've been making masks and I found out I'm really not that good at it. So I'm going to leave it to the experts, which there are plenty of. But I did make a few just to kind of test some things out. And I found a lot of textiles that I had around that were samples from projects. And a lot of times these come from fabric houses, and you can get some really great fabrics without spending, $110 a yard. I just want to point this out. It says bought sample. So if you don't have woven, if you don't have antiques, you can make something out of this. But there's plenty of fun things around. But really, what we're going to talk about today is how to embellish a mask that you might have or a mask that you might acquire. So I actually thought I don't want to make a mask using one of these beautiful things because it's delicate, it's going to rip, it's going to get soiled. I don't want to do that. So what do I do with this? How do I use this? So I took a mask. This is actually indigo dyed fabric. And I actually added a little snap at each side. And I took this this was also one of those table toppers for a dresser. And it has this beautiful scalloped edge with this pink applique and some white embroidery on it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's really delicate and really pretty. So I said, this would be I wouldn't mind wearing that, but I don't want to wear it every day. So I like my indigo mask, like so, right? But why not? So what I did is I just added a snap. You could use a little piece of Velcro. And this way I can add a little embellishment to my mask. And I can take it off to launder it or to change the event. How about that? So something like this. I mean, this may not be your cup of tea, but I just thought it was an interesting way to use something that doesn't get used anymore. So there you go. I kind of look like an apron, but you know, towels, masks, glasses, it's all a hot mess. But anyways, so that's one thing. So you could take a piece of a fabric, an old fabric, a new fabric, and attach it in this way with a small piece of press-on Velcro, or a snap works really well. I also took another one. This is that, it was a little, I don't know what it is. It's a hanky. I did the same thing. And on this mask, this is the flat mask, which is just the pleated mask. And I did the same. So I have added a snap at each corner, and I just add that in there, and voila. Okay. So I just thought it was kind of nice, a nice thing to use some of these old pieces. But then there's also embroidery. So this is a mask that Taylor Cullen made. Really nice design. I really like it a lot, and it fits well. She's got a nice little nose thing in here. And I did some embroidery on it. So I actually took the design and I just picked up the top and I did a little embroidery. Now the good thing here is I am no needle woman. I like it, I try it, and I do okay. But the 6-foot distance is going to serve me well in this project, because no one's ever going to get so close to this to see the quality of my work. So there you go. But you can just sort of call out some little details on there, and add a little bit of thread, a little bit of color, a little bit of pizzazz. You can also, I thought this was really fun. I took some, these are blocks, these are stamps actually. And we talked about block printing in another session, and I actually used that same ink, and instead of using a big block, I used a letter block. So this is a pre-made, it's just a stamp. You use this on a stamp pad, but I actually used it in ink. And so it's really quite imperfect, but there's charm in that. So it sort of looks like an old typewriter font, and it says smile enclosed in case anybody's not sure what's happening under there. This is another thing on my sewing machine. I've actually got a lot of little things that I can, a lot of zigzags, a lot of little designs, and it actually does have letters. So because Lucretia Mott, can't forget about her. It is the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment. So in honor of her, we all might want to wear a mask that says votes for women, with the 19 on the top. So here's a great place to display a message. Smile, voting. And this is one that's in progress. It says close enough. So there you have it. So this is, I also think you could add so much bling to these. I don't even need to tell you. You guys are full of bling, I can tell. So buttons, here's some cool old buttons and beads and business. Just add some business to these things and make them some fun, because we are going to wear them and we want to look good. And no one's going to know what's underneath your mask except you. So make sure that your eyes are smiling and your mask says something great. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to see the masks that you guys make. Thank you, Zorro, and our Cape Crusaders, our best mask friends, along with Lucretia Mott, who made it possible for all us gals to vote. And that's an important year to do that. So let me see what you guys are doing on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I think that's all for today. Wear your mask. Be safe. Bye-bye.